Who?
The pack.
She says, so you were with other cats like you?
Yes.
Huh. Was there a big one with you?
The cat nods.
Oh, we met your pack. They attacked us.
Careful what you say.
Well, I'm not saying we killed them. Let's see, what else would I want to ask you? Do you want to be my friend? What?
Laser looks weirdly.
You can do that.
I mean, you immediately have a minus 2 in all diplomacy checks with that.
I can do a diplomacy check if you want.
Sure.
I should prove its opinion.
I think that's true.
I mean, you can talk to it now.
Not particularly smart, though.
You know, it can express itself in very short words. You know, the cat is slowly warming up to you.
Slowly, I rolled a 25 to a cat.
Yeah. So Sin is rummaging around. Yeah, seems to be an old dwarven skeleton here, actually.
How exciting!
Yes, well, he, as soon as turning around to leave, he does notice what seems to be a piece of parchment close by the corpse.
He's going to take the parchment, but it's most likely written in Dwarven.
It sure is.
Oh boy. So he's going to take the parchment and walk over to Rilinid. See.
Who currently has the mask lifted and is giving Zin an "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Just well, ask the cat. How did the leader of your pack get those stuff? She talks about the metal thing inside of it.
Don't know.
Has it always been with you?
Shakes head.
Where did you meet it?
Points with its paw outwards.
Do you remember exactly where?
Shakes his head.
Oh, too bad. Why are you scared of me?
Don't know you.
Well, you don't know my brother. And he
gave food. He is friendly.
I gave you food too.
Well, he was more friendly.
I have some candy. Do you want some?
What?
She pulls out some hard candy and shows it to it.
It sniffs at the hard candy, wrinkles its nose.
She says, "Do you want it?"
Slowly shakes head.
Okay.
Rilinid will take the parchment proffered by Zen and examine it, DM.
Alright. Yes, it is an old parchment. Written with the dwarven, and much of it is faded or destroyed, but the following can be discerned by Rilinid. Oh boy, that's weird. No?
Turns out Java doesn't broadcast Dwarven runes.
Text missing, invalid expression. Nice.
It's supposed to be like...
Yes, I imagine having them in brackets as you had.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about that. Anyways, what good would it do? Rubbish. Decided to leave. After a century of solid mithril production, the Zarakath mine will be closed. We're going to Damahal to see if the stories are true, and if there are that would be useful fucking dwarves. The right thing to do. Only the gods know. Yes, of course, the gods know. I hope you return in the next few days and this letter finds you. Maybe you can catch up with us. I wish you luck, my brother. I pray that the messenger lied. I pray that the black fire he described is only some mad fantasy. But if it's not, my dear brother, I fear that we have brought this on ourselves.
With love.
dwarves. Well, century of solid mithril production. There might be some remnants, particularly if the inhabitants of this mine left in a hurry to check on the stories of Damahol with black fire. Dwarves, whatever. They always dig.
Fold up the parchment. Stick that with all of the other miscellaneous errata stupid notes, like from the Duragar and the others Virfneblet.
Sure.
You like a walking library.
It's like the bullshit manila fold. That goes right in there.
There's also a lot of potentially useful ivory in this bone pile.
Yay!
You estimate that you could probably dig out another 1,000 pounds of ivory,
Alright.
coming down to a price of 12,000 gold pieces.
That is a lot of ivory.
Oh, time to bring that out.
Should we not check out the lower levels before we load these two things with complete with?
I think examining the lower level would be better.
I don't think anyone's gonna go and run and steal all the bones.
Take half a ton worth of ivory.
I don't think so either.
But you know, maybe there's a load-bearing boss down there, Manaki.
And we kill him and the entire mine collapses. What?
Timer
Yeah,
starts.
Like
Tristan will.
the giant turtle carrying all the
That's
mine.
true. It's true.
Tristan
yes.
will ask the cat. Do you
I've
know
seen
what's?
the Doctor Who episode.
Do you know what's downstairs?
Cat shakes his head.
Do you have a name?
Cat shakes his head.
Do you want a name?
Frowns.
Why not? I call you Sin.
That might be confusing, sister.
Kind of insulting.
Cat looks happily over to Sin when it comes around.
Mm.
Makes a low rumbling purring sound.
Don't
Moves
know.
closer.
Pet it some more.
Seems like that.
Look to Tristan. Don't try to feed it candy. Please. Just
I asked it first. It's
Then the blood-covered Rae'nkalar comes back up.
A hungry look from the cat at the Rae'nkalar.
she looks at it. Why do you look hungry at Rain, and why do you like licking him?
Delicious blood.
You know, I am covered in like 8 tons of raptor blood. Not 8 tons, but
Can we sell that?
Is it because
No.
you're thirsty or hungry?
Blood is good.
Oh.
We do
Power.
raptor barbecue. I mean, we have a.
There's a lot of raptor back there.
Let
Well-
it loose there. Let it munch itself too.
Why? You can sure do that. Can I pet you, please?
Perhaps.
I take
Hey.
that. That is a yes,
10,000
right?
gold
While
pieces.
these negotiations are going on,
Rilinid leans over to Alauneari and just, with the mask on, explains basically what Zin has allowed Tristan to do.
Currently, Alauneari just stands sort of very tired against the wall, sort of holding her hand to the middle of her face, sort of fingers to her nose as he just closes his eyes slowly, listening.
There is also a considerable amount of ivory within the remains. If hauled back to our realm, we could sell it for quite a tidy sum. At least over 10,000 pieces of gold. If not more.
Yes. Good, then when we leave this place, we shall bring it with us.
Well, it looks down the staircase. Any disturbances from below?
She shakes her head, nothing. Whatever's down there, we either does not care to come up or is unable to.
And cocks his head. Do you think we should leave this mine for the day and attempt to rest, or would it be best if we pursued and ensured that whatever is here became ours?
So I think we should continue for now. We can push slightly further. If we encounter something that is too dangerous, we can always retreat. It seems unwilling to follow us. If nothing else, this stairway would be an excellent place to stand.
Ronan nods. I agree. Looks back. Rae'nkalar, what is your opinion?
Well, if we wish to continue on, I'm certainly in a fighting state to do so, as long as you can drag Tristan away from that cat.
She will drag herself. There will be no useless blood in our family.
Hey, you didn't answer my question. Get back here.
Walks out the sin, flicking his tail.
I don't like that cat.
This spell's gonna run out soon.
No, it's a mean cat.
It's a mean cat.
All animals are mean if you talk to them,
All
Well-
cats are mean.
because then you're certainly down at their level.
Well, Tristan will
I
put
knew
the
she could
necklace
speak to
back.
Sin's bat.
Besides, it like you less because it's not a gnome.
It's like, ugh.
Yeah,
Well-
amulet makes everybody who's not a gnome likely less.
As a matter,
Well,
yes, we are looking at you with some measure of disdain.
No, she took it off and put it on her back before she.
no,
got
no,
over
no,
here.
take
She
back,
can't-
sis.
And she can't have it on for that long because she has another necklace on Sakari and so.
Slightly,
council's
slightly
sorry,
more
next by putting
disdain
it
than
on.
usual.
Mm-hmm.
We should sell that thing.
No,
Yes.
no.
3,000 amulet. You can buy it from the party with your own money.
Yes.
Rilinid takes whatever he wants.
That is useful things.
Right,
That-
like
We
that whole
actually
like
don't know.
like the hunter's cloak thing that could have turned me into a stupid animal with bee shape. We definitely sold that.
That could turn you into what?
Yeah.
If you had kept
cloak
that, then
found
Tristan
make
could
you
have
into a
talked
tree.
to you.
Something like that.
Well, we don't even know what else he has taken, so.
What else have you taken?
I like how that's the defense.
Didn't really
Rilinid.
steal from the rest of the family.
So you decide to head down.
Keep it if you want to pay it off, I think.
I'm not gonna pay it off because you all take what you want.
No, we take what's useful.
Well, this is useful for Tristan.
Are you gonna head down?
Yes, we're gonna head down, Jonas.
While bickering all the way.
Yes, I imagine.
I need this. No, you don't. I need this. No, you don't. I
Speak
need
with
this.
animals.
Not useful at all.
It-
They're completely unintelligent anyway.
The Shokir sort of nuzzles up next to Sin as they walk down. The long and gloomy staircase.
Am I going to have to be the scout for you, Zen? What with that creature following you?
I do believe I can tell it to stay or follow one of you. Although it may just
Really,
decide
like, cranes his
to
head
whatever.
and, like, blinks. Yes, follow one of us. Brilliant.
and shrugs. You convinced me to bring this Shaokiri, and now you're complaining about it being in the way.
Do not misinterpret my tone. He says completely monotonous.
After about 5 to 10 minutes heading down, you come to the lower level. And this is where we will end today.
Were there no branching paths off the stairwell in that entire
No.
trip? Wow.
No. There are small ones, like prospectorial mining shafts similar to the ones you found.
Right.
They seem to, as you pass by, you see like carved into the stone, basically whatever dwarf was in charge of this particular expeditional shaft and the date it was begun, basically.
It's like a Minecraft mine shaft, just digging straight down for diamonds.
Indeed.
Well, it is about time we find the diamond.
But they dug too deep, too greedily.
Mm-hmm.
We already
next
did,
session
right? With the Fade Child necklace.
And now Shadow and Flame.
This is going to be the entire week.
So Jonas, now we haven't really gotten XP for a while. This session should net us some, certainly.
Yeah, it's going to
Like
be some
the
experience
level at
this session.
least.
We'll see.
Actually, probably not a level.
Oh, we don't need that much, do we?
We do.
I might be out of date again, but I think we need quite a bit.
That and combined with not earning experience points in the prior 2 sessions.
Yeah.
I will take a look.
We do get experience from talking and doing stuff with people. Depends on what we gain out of it, I guess.
Well, you can philosophize among yourselves, and I'll try to tally up the XP then.
So why exactly do you want that necklace?
Fucking Feychild necklace.
It's something Tristan would want.
Why?
Because you can talk to animals.
Could
Why?
have been like a
Something
vial
cheaper
of
that can give you
softened glue or
one
something.
point per day.
I can't hear what you say when you both talk.
There are cheaper items that let you cast Speak with Animals once per day.
Well, Tristan doesn't know that.
Well, this is one of the decisions that I think you should do as a player, because we can make use of the
3,000
money.
is a lot of money
It is a lot of money.
to hawk for something that is gonna make us any more useful in any way.
I mean, it might be occasionally useful if someone has to talk to gnomes in particular.
But a
Especially,
+2 though, it's the same I can do with a cantrip.
especially if you said you already had a necklace.
Yeah.
Well, that Sakari has one.
The other thing is, though, you share spells, you share item
It's-
slots with Sakari.
It's unfair.
Yes, that is why we're bringing it up.
No, I'm saying it's unfair that Sakari, because Sakari is wearing a necklace, I can't.
Oh, well,
That's
Well, you
just
can
for
wear it,
balance
just going to get the bonus for it.
It's
No, I
balance
don't get
reasons.
anything from it.
you'd actually have to take it off of him first before you could use one.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But yeah, if you really only want that thing because of Speak with Animals, then there's other ways to get that spell. Zin could prepare it for reasons.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be Tristan speaking of animals.
You could
No.
typically
It's
effect.
Oh yeah, it's personal.
speak with animals thing if you really wanted it.
Yeah.
It's like a first level spell.
Or multi-class into a druid.
I don't,
No.
Animal companion.
I don't think Jonas couldn't object to like a custom magic item that allows for continuous speak with animal.
There probably already is one.
You think so?
Can certainly do a search for a speak with
It
animals.
doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if it existed.
Let's see.
But having those animals also not like you because they're not gnomes, I mean that.
I don't think it's anything that the animals would mind you.
It says that everyone else gets you get a -2 to talking to anyone else.
Yep, non-gnomes.
Let's see here. Circlet of speaking.
Oh, it lets an
It
animal.
says an animal you can allow to let that speak to people.
It's like,
That
give
is
this
actually
to your
interesting.
amulet. Yeah, the circle of speaking is something I've seen people give to their animal companions a few times.
Well, that's true. Then I only -2. Okay, fine. I might want to ask Manaki, what the hell is this?
She's found the pictures, Malachi. Run.
That is.
Is that Java thing you?
No,
installed?
that has nothing to do with Java. That is something from Google advertising.
Well, tell them to stop.
Like, remove that ad thing you have on your browser.
I've tried, but I can't find anything that says anything about
It
that.
recognizes certain words and displays an ad when it sees the word.
Well, it's really annoying.
I imagine.
I don't even know where it has come from. The last thing that's been installed was the Java thing.
It might have packaged in one of them.
I've looked through the list too. I can't find it.
We can hear them.
See, I can't find any items that would be a continuous speak with animals, but the magic item creation rules.
What? I've
Can be
already
useful.
removed it once.
Let's see, how much would that cost?
Not a lot. It's
Restart.
first level
Just do
spell.
it now.
It's certainly not going to be game abusive in any sort of fashion to speak with animals.
See, spell effect continues spell level times caster level times 2,000 gold. So basically, if you
There's also
2,000 gold.
I think there's also a descriptor of how like that price might be multiplied based on the duration of the spell. Like if it lasts for a minute per level, then it's magnified.
Yeah.
And that's at the bottom of the table in tiny script.
Oh yeah. If it's based on, if it's measured in rounds, it's multiplied by 4. If it's minutes, it's multiplied by 2. So it would cost 4,000 gold.
Also got to decide on a slot you want to use for it.
Right.
Could make it slotless and double the price.
Yeah, slotless, that would turn out to be a lot more expensive.
8,000 gold, then halving it, of course, because
It's the Iron Stone. Speak with it.
Well, it'd be whatever she wanted, of course.
So that
Could
would
be a rock.
Rock of
that would be
Rock of
4,000
speaking.
gold base price, which is 2,000 gold to craft. Speak with animals. As
No,
a slot.
slotless, it would be
4,000. Yeah, but why would I just put it on the-
bracers or something.
Alright.
Gloves of speaking with animals.
eye slot, but make it a monocle.
You can certainly make an eye slot. Contacts of.
Contact of animals.
Yeah, so basically, making a continuous use speak with animal item is cheaper than I mean, you can get that for selling this one and have money left over.
Well, she won't, because we're going to split the money, but...
You could put it on a weapon.
Well, someone can add it to the. I don't know who is responsible for the pile thingy.
I think Grimith is keeping track of the loot.
5,000 XP each.
You're keeping. Have you written that on the list, Grimith?
Yes, Dana, it is sufficient.
Okay.
I think we need like 51,000 each.
Yes, we need 51,000 each.
That's my notes are also outdated. We're not enough.
Did we sell that necklace or whatever it was that Grimith got?
Which one?
A great question. Which one?
The cloak?
The one
Or what do you mean?
The one he used to talk to people.
Oh yeah, we did.
I better add the money then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, as had been discussed, that was being sold after the fact.
So now with this ivory thing, are we gonna go back to our kingdom basically once we have loaded that up?
Well, first of all, we have to explore the downstairs. And then I would assume so. Unless we want to go to the surface with a load of
Yeah.
ivory.
No, that would be foolish, particularly if the fire opals are in fact within this mine. I have no interest of heading to the surface, especially not with how laden with ivory the undead creatures will be.
That's what I thought.
We'll have to go back to the kingdom, and then we'll have to fucking figure out a way to get the halite.
Okay, sure.
Unless
Is
you
in
know,
his job.
and unless you know that's here too, which would be pretty sweet.
That would be convenient, certainly.
Yes. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, we thought the players would have a hard time with this. I just decided to throw them both together. Then it also means I don't have to build this. Never done.
Hashtag things Gary has never said. I think the players would have a hard time, so I'm going to make it easier. That is not Gary.
I bet in the book there's like a little side note. At this point, I didn't care anymore. So
I
just
have had
put
so
all the
much to
things
drink.
there. Yes. I am so drunk, so give the players a level each.
Just like for the next session, he like just takes a screenshot of the book, like sends it. To
Yep. This is the handout, the whole book. I don't care.
Right. Michael Clark or whatever the artist's name is, just like draws like a picture of a man giving a shrug. The end.
That seems like a fitting end for Gary.
This was a sufficient session, very long and combat drawn out considering how many little people there were.
Yeah, mass
Yep,
combat always is kind of a pain because it both takes long to make a decision for each thing, and then map tools.
MapTool has nothing to do
I
with
think
it.
it's faster with map tools than it would be just rolling dice.
Yeah,
It would be, but it still takes a while to like apply modifiers to like 30 things.
You would apply more intelligent decision making, like not putting in a situation like that if you weren't using an automated system like this.
Yeah. But I know that, for example, Where the Wicked has a combat. You didn't really encounter it, but like, it was one important guy and then 48 mooks. Like, nope. That's dumb.
So it does say, oh, in this cave there is 50
Yeah.
raptors.
Well,
These,
we fought 24.
These rooms.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I just said 50.
There's a,
That's because Jonas said 50 earlier.
Oh yeah.
He was on the hyperbole machine.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or he deleted half of them. Like, fuck this.
So it does say how many there's in there.
Gary has
Yes.
no power over me. Delete.
You know, I am a DM. Gary cannot tell me what to do.
no.
Eat shit and die, Gary McBride. Yeah.
Yeah, I will change this however I see fit, Gary. Take it.
Jonas is a strong, independent black woman.
Yes.
Don't
I
need
will
no Gary.
change the world. You cannot stop me.
I don't need
Well,
you, Gary.
You know, maybe he's just really good at telling stories, but maybe he doesn't know what a pain it is to fight that many raptors.
I don't know about good at telling stories. This I think Throat of Night is certainly watered down, considering it's the same size book split between 2 campaigns.
Hmm.
Since Jonas said it was the same size as a Way of the Wicked
Yes.
book.
Yeah, it is.
If we were dwarves, we'd be all over this mine.
If you were dwarves, you'd probably be beside yourselves of awesome.
You know, look at the power of the history, the legacy. Oh my.
Yep.
And since
My God.
We
I know at
wouldn't
least
care.
that me
Rahal.
and Dark don't like dwarves.
But
They're just
all-
not appealing.
But all we have right now to possibly motivate us enough to care is the nebulous thought that something bad might happen with the rift.
Mm-hmm.
Something in like 3 years. Great. That's super great
Yes.
motivation.
Yeah.
That was a difficult encounter with that lady.
Yes, a caster level 10 individual
Yeah.
plus 2 CR4 Hound Archons plus 4 CR2 Lanterns.
I wasn't even evil, so she was like, "Oh, devil spawn." Oh.
Wow.
You're probably closer to evil than
I
good,
mean,
though.
I mean, look at the color of your skin. She's racial profiling. Come on.
She's racist.
I mean, with good reason, right?
Yes, for good reason.
Like, we are, as a matter of fact, racially evil.
There's like a fucking scroll in heaven. List of non-evil drow.
And it's
Like-
empty.
Yeah, it's like 2 names on it.
One has been
Smite
crossed
these
out.
2.
Turned
That'll, guys.
again.
I don't care.
It's faking it the whole time.
Is that venture captain on the list of good draw?
You don't know. You haven't looked at the list.
No.
I said non-evil drow. Look, not good.
I bet Tarlan is on the list.
Yeah.
Awful good. Crusader Tarlin.
Crusader Tarlan will wait
Worshipper
until he
of
has.
Saren Ray. He was
Yep.
using that, ancestral spell thing to make himself look like a drow or whatever.
Exactly.
Then
Well-
why did he? I thought
When,
about getting a Tribune spell just to, will time betray us, but all I would get was like, yes or uncertain. Like, wonder if. Like, screw you, Garrus.
If the
No, he will.
opportunity presents itself.
Tell me. Tell in front of everyone.
Well, I know now because we kind of talked about that. If Tarlan is to betray Trislin, the one to kill him would be Trislin. That's at least what Alauneari wants, and Trislin sure she wants that too.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revenge, you know.
Well, she is gonna be the one to
Well,
Well,
if he holds back, I mean,
slit
doesn't get a second chance.
his throat.
It would be like if Ivy were to betray the group. First, it'd be like, what the fuck? Then I would glare at Jonas. I'm like, all right, every single minion's coming down to the Earth's wound, Jonas. You made it this way. Dragging all the followers, all 125 of them. And then I'd kill her.
Well, Tristan has agreed with Alauneari. If it comes to that, sure, she will be the one to slit his throat.
I mean, or rip his heart out with a mouthful of teeth or whatever.
Put him on the altar.
Probably not
Yeah,
gonna go down
put him on
easy.
the. We are gonna put him on the altar, so he has to still be alive. Though I think Agaris would be.
That's what
Then Tristan can torture him on the altar.
that's what I was whispering to Manaki about, putting that oracle.
Yeah, want to capture her.
Yeah, I want to capture her, and
Took my hero point.
I want to feed her a filter of love, and
Gotta
then
get back.
Hmm. Oh yes, that thing.
Yes. Now
Well,
that
I think Agaris will be happy if Tynan is to betray Tristan, then she is gonna sacrifice him to Agaris. Really hard though, but if he did betray her, it would
and
be
failed.
Yeah. So would she survive if he actually tried?
fail
I will
to
survive.
if he attacked her or what
Yeah.
On his terms, she probably wouldn't.
on his term, maybe.
I mean, he's got to
I
be
think
very smart about it, right?
at
He's doing
that-
all this to earn our trust.
At that point, Tristan probably has that feat that when she is hurt, Sakari can give her, well, not feat, it's an ability, that when she's hurt, Sakari can give his hit points to let her live.
Now that he knows that, he'll do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, everyone has a weakness.
Yeah.
And if Tarlin were just going to brute force the betrayal, then he would have done it the moment we took Fasterfall.
Well, the thing is, he had his chance those 3 days. Sakari wasn't there.
He had a lot of chances to kill Tristan if he wanted to.
I'm sure. I'm sure if it's
He
going
doesn't
to
want to
happen.
kill her. He want to control her.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's gonna happen too. So-
If it's going to happen, then Tarlin's going to be a lot more clever about it than just blah. There's the betrayal. Now you kill me.
Well, Tristan will torture him on the altar. If he
You
does
can
it.
do that anyway, really.
I mean, yeah.
It's not that weird for Drow to do.
It would be weird for Tristan.
He doesn't worship Agaris, I mean.
That is true. He is a heathen. Maybe you should convert him, actually. Yeah, that would be fitting.
Yes.
He's following a different demon lady. One of the
What?
other families that we're against.
Why do you think she's having these sessions with him? I just guess he's not taking it seriously.
Why?
Let's smack him up the head then.
Smack him with a book. Smack him with the Bible.
Deny his advances.
The Bible of Agaris.
The tapestries, you mean?
The not so good book.
Focus.
Yeah, whack him over the head with like a painting or something.
There's nothing to focus about. Session is done.
Yeah,
I'm
that is done.
All right, folks. And there you have it. Session end. Talk to you next week. Maybe. I said maybe.